Oh, yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's been, man, it's probably been 6 or 7 months since I've done a live. I didn't even have an intro set. Anybody watching, don't take offense to the background. That was something I had set a long time ago, and stuff's changed a lot on StreamYard since I've been on here, and I literally was running short on time, and I didn't have time to figure out how to change it. So let me make sure. All right, we got sound, so we're good to go there. All right, so like I said, it's probably been 6 or 7 months since I've done a live. I'm going to get back into doing my lives again and get back to my old content. There's been a lot going on the last week inside the community. So I figured I'd do a little lighthearted, fun live just to get back in the swing of things. So you see the title that says Australia has a shark problem. But I think I'm going to show how it's more of a human problem than a shark problem over there. I don't know if anybody's seen, but in the last month, there's been like 5 or 6 shark attacks over there. So give me 1 second. Let me remember how to present. Is it share screen? Okay, there we go. Man, it's been a minute. Okay, they changed it all up. Okay, why? All right, just there we go.
Good evening. A woman is tonight in.
We'll see how this goes because usually these a lot of these news ones gets me flagged. So we'll see how this goes.
Hospital fighting for her life after she was mauled by a shark on a morning swim at Coogee Beach.
Brave beachgoers raced to her rescue. A surf lifesaver telling 7 News how he paddled through the water metres from the predator to drag her to safety.
Surrounded by bloodied water, a shark still circling. A 35-year-old swimmer clings to life and a hero's paddleboard. It's suspected she was mauled by this great white, up to 3.5 metres long, spotted nearby on a picture-perfect day off Coogee Beach.
Her arms were going up and the most terrible.
See, 3.5 meters is between 12.5, 13 foot great white. That's how many meters is. Yeah, it's about a 12.5 foot great white, 3 meters.
Terrifying screams I saw when they pulled her out the water. She had a massive chunk of her leg had been bitten off.
Just metres away, Joanne swam for her own life as the predator bit into the victim's thigh and forearm. 24-year-old.
Man, that would be terrifying. That's why you don't see me in the ocean. I'm good. I don't even like swimming in rivers. Just because I know bull sharks could swim in rivers, bull sharks could swim in fresh water. So I'm good in a pool. Anything besides that, yeah, I'm good.
Surf lifesaver Charlie Verco raced towards danger.
I'd like to think I did enough to get her in fast.
I mean, this guy is a hero. That takes some balls to swim towards a shark that big that's attacking someone. Man, that takes a serious set right there. I'll give it to this guy. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know unless I would be there. I don't know.
Enough. But once I had her next to me, I was just going.
That's the thing. I'm an open book. I was born in the 80s, so the movie Jaws, when I was a kid, literally terrified me. I would not swim in a pool at night. That movie terrified me when I was a kid. But ever since then, when I got older, I have a fascination with sharks. I mean, I don't know. I would like to think I would swim out there and try to help her. But man, who knows unless you're in that position.
Keep your head above water, keep breathing. You're doing really well. We're almost to the beach. Just anything, I guess, to fill the silence. It wasn't conversational. She was not in a great way.
On the beach, an off-duty critical care doctor was there, paramedics and lifeguards too, able to bring the woman back to consciousness.
The patient has left thigh and left forearm lacerations down to the bone, tourniquets applied.
The attack happened about
Yeah, when a tourniquet's applied, you know it's a massive injury and they're going to bleed out without the tourniquet. So, man.
30 metres offshore at the patrolled beach, witnessed by hundreds. It immediately shut down all beaches across the eastern suburbs.
Everyone could just get out of the water and listen to the lifeguard's instructions.
5 years, I've never ever seen a shark attack here before, so it's shocking.
I've been in the water a lot, so I've seen a lot of sharks. This is probably the second biggest one I've ever seen.
Sort of feeling really the shock of it and feeling, will I ever swim across this bay again? I don't know that I will.
It's the fourth shark attack in Sydney waters this year. The 35.
See, here's the issue I have with Australia. Anytime there's a shark attack in Australia, the immediate response in Australia is to call for a culling. Culling. If you don't know what a culling is, it's basically where they go out and kill as many sharks as they can in like a 3-4 day period. Just indiscriminately, whatever shark they find, they'll kill it. And I don't agree with that at all. I look at it like, say for instance, if someone was stupid enough to go camping at the Serengeti and they get mauled by a lion, are people going to start calling for us to kill the lions? I look at it like, there are predators in the ocean, massive sharks, and you're going into their home. So if somebody gets bit, we can't call to kill all the sharks. You're in their home and they're doing what sharks do. Like they swim around 24 hours a day being predators. So when I hear for Australia calling for culling, that's not the answer. I mean, for one, if you got rid of all the sharks in the ocean, it's going to throw everything so off balance. You need the top predator of any ecosystem. Once you remove that top predator, it's a domino effect. What would happen is the seal population would explode out of control, like literally out of control. And then they would start eating all the fish. It would be a domino effect. Not to mention, sharks are basically, they call them the doctors of the ocean because they eat all the dead, diseased, and sick fish and they keep the balance. So I don't think people really understand how that could affect us if we start doing stuff like that. So for me, the answer is never culling. I mean, we're going into their territory. It sucks when people get bit. It sucks when they die. But, I mean, every surfer I've ever talked to, they know the risk and they know there are sharks there. So that's how I look at it.
5-year-old is still fighting for life tonight in a critical condition here at St Vincent's Hospital. For those who were in the water or witnessed the mauling onshore, they're also likely still recovering from the emotional toll this evening. The Coogee Surf Lifesaving Club has announced a community meeting for Monday night for mental health support. The beach, along with all the others in the east, will remain closed tomorrow to prevent any threat of another attack.
Emily Francis, thank you.
Well, that was just one. There's been literally 5 or 6. I would say they need to get some type of drone program going where they have drones that sit there and spot all day. That would be the first step, I would say. Okay, there was one at a different beach. Where was it? That's the same one. Okay, here was another one. This was not too long ago.
Wife of shark attack victim Stephen.
I think they've had like 6 or 7 attacks in the last 2 months, and like 4 of them were fatal. This was one of them right here. I believe he was a scuba diver.
Mataboni has paid tribute to her husband, describing him as a devoted father who was fiercely loyal and endlessly generous.
The 38-year-old was attacked while spearfishing off WA's Rottnest Island, leaving behind 2 daughters, one just a few months old.
Heartbreaking photos of a dad and his daughters. Stephen Mataboni's young.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. That's so sad, man. That really is sad. Damn.
Youngest born just 4 months ago. The 38-year-old was tragically attacked by a shark while spearfishing off Rottnest yesterday. Today, his wife paid tribute and thanked the first responders who tried so desperately to save his life. Our hearts are irrevocably broken by the loss of Stephen. Stephen was a devoted father to our beautiful daughters, an avid fisherman and spearfisherman who lived and breathed the ocean. The world has lost a truly one-of-a-kind gentleman, and our daughters have lost an incredible...
See, that's the thing, him being a lifetime spearfisherman, I'm pretty sure he would say don't blame the shark. I'm pretty sure he knows there were sharks there, and he's probably seen them before, and he knew the risk he was taking, especially in Australia. I'm pretty sure he would say that if he could. Most spearfishermen that have been lifelong spearfishermen, they'll tell you, yes, sharks are there, and we know the risk. So...
father far too soon. There's little sign today of the horror that unfolded here at Geordie Bay yesterday. With the beaches open, holidaymakers have returned to the water, but there's still a sense of unease.
I have, children this guy's age, and it's just very confronting, really, that something like that is so tragic.
Yeah, it makes it all the more real. It's pretty hard to go out for a surf now, to be honest.
The attack happened a kilometre offshore, so island beaches have remained open. But this morning, shocked boaties were menaced by a 5-metre great white.
Ooh, that's a big one right there. And I can already tell you that's going to be a female, because the male sharks don't really get above 13 feet max usually. There have been males around, they've seen about 17 feet, but that is absolutely giant for a male. The males just don't get that big. So I can tell you right now, that's a female right there. And 5 meters, that's like a 16-point-something foot shark. That's a big shark right there.
That's a big shark, man.
It's close to where Stephen was attacked. Fisheries officers are searching the area today as a grieving family searches for strength. Brandon Demura, 7 News.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I stay out of the ocean. Oh, wow, they had 4 within 48 hours. Crazy. That would make me wonder if it's maybe the same shark. There's an old theory called the rogue shark theory. Basically, like Jaws, like the movie Jaws, where Jaws just goes around hunting people. It's called the rogue shark theory, where one shark will basically swim up and down the same stretch of beach and attack people just in a short amount of time, basically. But most scientists don't believe that's true, the rogue shark theory. They believe it's always just random and a different shark most of the time.
Dramatic moments at a popular beach. A shark attacking a surfer off the coast of Australia. Beachgoers rushing to rescue the injured man.
It really didn't look good at all.
Video from surf cameras obtained by 7 News Australia shows what appears to be the moment the shark attacked. You can see it appear to thrash in the water. Nearby surfers got the injured man on a board, racing him to shore.
Blood everywhere, and they brought him all the way into the beach. So those guys...
Yeah, not too far from there, a year ago, there was this swimmer. His name was Simon Nellis. Unfortunately, the video was actually on YouTube, but it was super, super graphic. It showed the actual shark attack. It was pretty graphic. So Australia definitely, yeah, there's some monster sharks along those coastlines.
Guys are the real heroes.
A chopper eventually landing on the beach to transport the victim.
But I'm going to show you guys here in a minute why I don't think it's just a shark problem. I think it's more of a human problem. I'm going to show you guys that here in a minute.
We decided to grab a leg rope and run down there for a tourniquet. It wasn't a good scene. You know, we're talking to them and we're all just trying to keep them awake, and keep them alive, just do what we could for them.
The harrowing attack, one of 4 in Australia in the last 48 hours. Dozens of beaches across Australia's largest city, Sydney, are closed. The unprecedented phenomenon prompting officials to take immediate action and issue a stark warning.
At this stage, we're advising that the beaches are unsafe.
The first attack, according to local officials, was this past Sunday when a 12-year-old was bitten by a shark in Sydney.
He's in for the fight of his life now.
Oh, man, a 12-year-old, dang. I mean, I was going to say something, but that's their culture over there. I mean, certain areas of the world, the kids are in the ocean from 2 to 3 years old, so I'm not even going to say nothing about that.
It was a horrendous scene at the time when police attended.
The next day, 2 more attacks, including a 10-year-old boy, unharmed.
Oh,
but
man. At least he was unharmed. Dang.
Knocked off his surfboard, according to officials. The 4th incident left this surfer with a minor chest wound and bite to his board.
Sitting on my board.
Yeah, that's a juvenile shark. You can tell by the bite pattern. That's a juvenile. Probably, I would say 8 or 9 footer.
Taken in the view and, yeah, got hit from the side. Saw the body of the shark and then a little bit of a thrash. Both my arms were working and all I thought was just get to shore.
Great whites don't start going after bigger prey like seals until they get around 10 or 11 feet because they don't have the range of motion in their jaws. So when they hit 11 feet, before 11 feet, their jaws are basically not wired, but fused together. So they don't have full range of motion. So they can't take bigger prey like seals and stuff. But once they hit about 11 feet, those jaws detach and they become separate from each other. And then they can open their jaws like super wide and take the bigger prey. So it's always, when you hear a shark attack, it's going to be probably above 10, 11 feet for sure.
Professional surfer Matt Huoynaski has surfed these waters all his life.
Unless it's a species like a white tip or something, they don't really get too much bigger than 7, 8 feet, 6, 7, 8 feet. Lemon shark, if it's a different species, yeah, it could be a smaller shark. But if it's a great white, it's going to be over 10 feet for sure.
Since I was a child and done maybe 20,000 hours surfing in and around the Sydney area, and rarely seen sharks at all.
Conditions in the region favorable for the predators, leaving surfers on edge.
Probably not going to be surfing for a while. I don't think anybody will.
George Solis joins us now from Miami. And George, what else can you tell us about the conditions?
And plus, too, Australia, they have the big 3. The big 3 are great whites, tigers, and bull sharks. Australia has all 3 of those, and all 3 of those are known to bite humans. So they got it even worse over there because they have all 3 species. Like where I'm at in California, we only have great whites. We don't have tiger sharks or bull sharks. So they have to deal with all 3 of the top 3 species over there. Same with Africa. So, yeah. That's, I think, another part of the reason why there's more attacks.
At these beaches that made them ideal for sharks.
Yeah, Kate, so you already have bull sharks that are normally getting close to the coast this time of year, but you've also had a lot of rainwater.
And bull sharks are one of the worst sharks. They have so much testosterone. I would rather be in water with a great white than a bull myself. White sharks you can read a white shark. They give off clear signals when they're mad, when they want you out of there. They'll put their peg fins down. They'll do what's called gaping, where you'll see their side muscles and their jaw flexing. That's telling you get out of my area. With a bull shark, they are just super, super aggressive because they have so much testosterone. I wouldn't even want to be in the water with a 5-foot bull shark.
Which has basically hit some farms, creating some runoff. So the water's been really murky, which has brought smaller fish. That attracts bigger fish. And of course, now the sharks are looking for them. So they're just in the perfect environment for a lot of swimmers and surfers to interact with them, Kate.
Yeah, and I guess people know it's summertime in Australia right now.
Okay, and what he just said is going to play into what I'm going to say here in a minute. It's a big reason why I say it's not just a shark problem. It's also a human problem.
Understand sharks aren't the only Australian predators that are causing concern this week?
Yeah, that's right, Kate. In a bizarre twist, investigators there are also looking into a case of dingoes that may be responsible for the death of one 19-year-old Canadian woman. Now, it's too early to know whether she drowned, but all they really know at this point is that she's 19. She was found near a popular area there in Australia as well. And they did, at least investigators did note that it.
I think dingoes are like wild dogs. I think they're like a smaller, they look like a hyena, but they're way smaller. I'm pretty sure that's what a dingo is, a wild dog.
Appeared that she did have bites from some of these dingoes there. They should have some results as early as tomorrow. Kate?
All right, George Solis for us. George, thanks.
All right, so we see that obviously there's a ton of shark attacks going on over there right now. So my belief is I think it's a couple of factors that are playing into this. I think for one, in this generation, this era, we have way, way more people that are going in the water than ever did. We have countries that are going into other countries' waters and illegally fishing, completely fishing the fish out. Like it's happening in Northern Africa, all over the world. You got these Asian fishing vessels. They're going in with long lines and they're just destroying everything in their path. There was this village I watched a documentary on that they've survived off of fish in the ocean for hundreds of years, and all the fish there are gone. Like they can't fish anymore because all these fish have been fished out. So I think that's another issue going on, is more people in the water. The fish are being completely fished out, which is basically making the it's making the fish going closer to shore, which is bringing sharks closer into shore. So let me show you here. My bad, I haven't done this in so long. I'm having to remember all the buttons. But let me show you what I mean about long lining and how destructive this practice is. It literally is so indiscriminate. They use these long nets that are hundreds of feet long, and they just drag the bottom of the ocean. And the bycatch in it is disgusting. Everything from turtles to dolphins, sharks, smaller whales. They literally just scoop up whatever, and they ruin all the I went blank. The reef. They break up all the reef and stuff on the ocean floors.
Longline fishing is a method of fishing that uses a main line with thousands of hooks attached at intervals by means of branch lines. The main line is wound around a large spool near the front of the vessel and is dragged behind the vessel for almost 10 kilometers.
See, this is long lining. Then they also have the net trawlers. I'll show you those too. But they do both of these, and it's just so indiscriminate. They're literally wiping out large portions of fish populations across the world. And that's making predators and other fish having to go in closer to shore because the normal food source isn't there.
The line is kept afloat by buoys attached every 15 to 25 hooks. Radio buoys at strategic intervals help the captain take note of the location of the line. The depth at which the hooks are dropped is critical and determines the kind of fish that are caught. Hooks set to hang near the surface.
That's a complete lie and misconception. It doesn't determine it. It's indiscriminate. They catch everything on these lines. It's so indiscriminate.
Are referred to as a pelagic longline and are used to catch large, high-value fish such as tuna and marlin.
So basically like deep sea fish, pelagic, like tuna, marlin, that are like deep sea fish out in the deep. Which tuna and marlin are a major source of great whites foods. So you'll see the issue here coming up.
The hooks are dropped from the fishing boat and left in the sea for a few hours before the boat turns around to retrieve the catch. The crew retrieve each.
Some of these lines go hundreds of miles too. They'll go for like 100, 200 miles. It's so crazy.
of the hooks and pull in any fish that have been.
And most of this is illegal fishing. These Asian fishing boats are just pulling up into other people's water spaces and doing this at night. It's so crazy.
Caught until all the hooks and buoys have been retrieved.
But you see them right there just throwing line after line after line over the side of the boat.
Next part of this video will show an actual long line fishing operation and will focus on proper handling of the catch in order to maximize its quality. The fishing process begins once the vessel has arrived at the fishing area. Members of the crew begin to prepare for fishing. Bait is thawed. The radio buoys are prepared. Hooks and branch lines prepared. And main line is drawn out from the super spool. 2 crewmen stand at the rear of the boat. One is responsible for clipping the branch line.
Like, to me, this isn't fishing. This is decimating fish populations. This isn't fishing to me.
To the main line. The other is responsible for attaching the bait to the hook. At the captain's signal, the first radio buoy is dropped into the sea. The crewmen at the stern of the boat begin to drop the hooks. The vessel has a device that controls the intervals at which the crew will drop the hooks. This device emits a sound each time a hook is to be dropped. It also indicates when it is time to drop a buoy. This is usually every 15 to 25 hooks. Each buoy has a tag with a number. This number indicates how many buoys have been dropped and therefore how many hooks. The control device also indicates when it is time to drop the radio buoy. The crew will launch a radio buoy every 500 to 700 hooks. The crew take turns dropping hooks.
So, wow. So basically one strand of it will have 500 to 700 hooks. Like, this isn't sustainable. That's what I'm saying. This is part of the huge problem. This is going on all over the world in every ocean of the world. This isn't sustainable. Like, it's not sustainable. It's just so crazy. Like, you cannot keep this up or you're going to wipe everything out. That's a greed, man. They don't care. It's all greed. That's so sickening.
In the meantime, other members of the crew replace the baskets when they are empty, as well as replenish the bait. This process continues for as long as 6 hours and as many as 2,500 hooks. Or in the case of albacore, 4,500 hooks are dropped at one time.
And they're basically targeting tuna albacore. So this definitely is not sustainable. And that's just one boat. There's probably 50 boats around these guys. In every ocean, it's like that. It's so insane.
When the last hook has been dropped, the captain will stop the vessel and the crew will rest for approximately 4 hours. After 4 hours have elapsed, the captain will turn the boat around and will use the GPS system to locate the last radio buoy dropped. This time, the super spool will reverse and pull in the main line. A crew member at the front of the boat controls the process by grabbing the clip of the branch line and passing it to the crew beside him. This crewman pulls in the fish line and hook, while taking care to carefully coil the line back into the barrel in the process. Some vessels with large crews have 3 to 4 crewmen pulling in the branch lines at the same time. Returning the branch lines to the barrel is a critical procedure, and the lines must be returned carefully in the proper sequence to avoid tangling. The next time the hooks and lines in this barrel are used again, the last line returned will be the first one used. As long as this last in, first out process is done, there is no danger of lines getting tangled.
Yeah, let's see if they're actually going to show the. I doubt
When
they
a
show
fish
the
is
whole
caught-
catch because it's turtles, it's dolphins, it's everything.
The vessel slows down and the crew pull in the fish. Pulling in the fish and preparing it for storage is the most important part of the fishing procedure and determines the quality of the fish. The crew use gaffs to pull in the fish. The gaff hooks the tuna at the head and use it for pulling the fish on board. The tuna must then be drained of its blood. This is done by stabbing the tuna behind the pectoral fin on both sides and by slicing its tail at the lateral line.
Yeah, with tuna, if you don't drain the blood immediately, it goes back up in and soaks into the meat, and the meat's basically poison at that point.
Sometimes the tuna is hung upside down to assist in the draining. When the tuna has completely drained of blood, the crewman reaches into the gills and pulls out the guts for disposal. Only the guts and gills should be removed. Leave the membrane between
All right,
the
so you guys got the basic idea of what long lining is. Let's actually look at the indiscriminate catches these trolley nets do. Let's see if we can find one. They might have taken them off because the bycatch was so crazy in them. Here's a good example. There's a
This
shark.
is the most satisfying but dangerous technique of greedy fishermen, i.e. bottom trawling, in which fishermen stick a long, strong net to the bottom of the sea.
So basically they drag these nets for hundreds of miles and it destroys anything on the bottom, coral, anything. And this is a small net right here. Some of them, they have like 1,000 feet long nets, and it's insane.
Due to this, many fishes and creatures present on the bottom get trapped in it, which are not needed by the fishermen, and due to this those creatures have to lose their lives. So should
You
this
see all the different species there, and that's the disgusting thing. Is 70% of those aren't even what they want, and they just throw them overboard dead. It's so disgusting.
technique continue?
It should be illegal. That's a shark right there. This should be illegal. But that's why I'm saying it is illegal. They go into these other countries and just, they don't care. They just illegally fish them out. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Anchovy catching with purse seine. Anchovies are small. They range from 2 to 40 centimeters in adult length, and their body shapes are variable with more slender fish in northern populations.
Oh, that net's still going. Wow.
Anchovies are found in scattered areas throughout the world's oceans, but are concentrated in temperate waters, and are rare or absent in very cold or very warm seas. They are generally very accepting of a wide range of temperatures and salinity. Large schools can be found in shallow, brackish areas with muddy bottoms, as in estuaries and bays.
Yeah, to me, this is the real issue. It's a human issue, not a shark issue. Sharks are just doing what they've done for millions of years. This is the real issue that governments and countries and they don't want to talk about. But this is the real issue right here. They're depleting all the fish stocks. Man.
The anchovy is a significant food source for almost every
Look how
predatory
long
fish in
that
its
net's been
environment,
going for.
including the halibut, yellowtail, shark, and salmon. It is also extremely important to marine mammals and birds. Anchovies, like most clupeids, herrings, sardines, and anchovies, are filter feeders that open their mouths as they swim. As water passes through the mouth and out the gills, food particles are sieved by gill rockers and transferred into the esophagus.
So 2 minutes later, that net is still going out. Wow.
Anchovy are a resilient species and as such can sustain relatively high levels of fishing pressure. Anchovies have a short life cycle. They are able to spawn after 2 years and rarely live longer than 4 years. Anchovies spawn throughout the year, with peak activity from February to April. Females release batches of eggs every 7 to 10 days. The eggs hatch in 2 to 4 days, depending on the temperature of the water. Anchovies form large, dense schools near the ocean surface. Anchovy schools move short distances along the shore and offshore.
So to catch anchovies, they're going to catch whatever else pops up in these nets. Oh, there's got to be a better way they can come up with than just to take whatever. Oh my goodness. I hope they really show what all comes up in this net. I seriously doubt they do.
The Peruvian anchovy fishery is one of the largest in the world, far exceeding catches of the other anchovy species.
See, because that right there is basically just ringing a dinner bell for all the other bigger fish and sharks in the area. So they're swimming to the noise and they're all getting swooped up in these nets.
Anchovies are generally harvested with purse seine. A purse seine is a large wall of netting deployed around an entire school of fish. It consists of floats adhered to the float line of the seine with a lead line threaded through rings at the bottom. When a school is located, a skiff will encircle the school with one.
You guys see the picture, they just, whatever's there is coming up.
Obviously on flat comms.
Dolphin, shark, whale, whatever. Coming up with the head.
Commonly be found as toppings for pizzas, as a key ingredient in Worcestershire sauce, and are widely used in Mediterranean cooking. Malaysia and the Philippines. Warning.
Let's see if we could actually find one that's going to actually show the bycatch. It's insane. Oh yeah, here's actual showing the bottom trawling itself.
From the surface, you would have no idea that this is happening. It has remained hidden from view until now.
Look at that, it's just hitting the bottom and just destroying whatever's there. See all those fish, octopus, squid, just trying to get out of there. Man. That is crazy.
A modern industrial bottom trawler scours the ocean floor with a chain or metal beam, forcing anything it disturbs into the net behind.
Yeah. Some rays. That is so disgusting. There goes that ray's life.
It smashes its way across the seabed.
You can now imagine if that's a coral reef. They're just destroying a coral reef. And literally without coral reef, the ocean will die. Without the ocean, we don't survive. Like, man. What is wrong with our society?
Destroying nearly everything in its path, often on the hunt for just a single species.
You see, they're fishing for one species. You could see rays, you could see cod, you could see lobsters. Oh, man. Like, this for me is the real problem. It's not a shark problem, it's a human problem. I think people can see why now I say that. This has to be affecting shark behavior. You're displacing large amounts of populations of fish. This has to be affecting shark behavior. The bigger fish that come in and eat these smaller fish aren't coming because they're not there. So the bigger fish aren't there for the sharks to eat. What are they going to do? They're going to move closer into shore. It's a human problem, not a shark problem. Hey, look at that. You can see so many different species. And they're only targeting one species, but all these are just going to die and get tossed back overboard.
Almost everything else is discarded.
So disgusting.
Over
Shark right there.
three-quarters of a
You can see it. Oh, man. You see a baby nurse shark. This is so disgusting.
trawler's catch.
Look, they just sweep it back overboard dead. Oh, man.
Thrown away. It's hard to imagine a more wasteful way to catch fish.
Not to mention, there's people starving all over the world. Like these countries you're illegally fishing all this for, go give these to the people there that depend on this. Octopus, rays. You see the octopus is still alive trying to crawl over to get back to the water. Humans are so messed up. All right, the last thing I got to show here is how I said they're going in and out illegally fishing in different countries. It looks like Africa is finally starting to fight back against it. Now there's a Mexican trawler. Either there or from, whatchamacallit over there.
The Antillas Fisheries Patrol Boat is famous in the Western Indian Ocean. It used to be a Spanish...
Yeah, that's Spain. I meant to say Spain. I couldn't think of the name.
...owned tuna vessel, but was caught fishing illegally and seized by the Mozambican government.
Yay, what's up, Bob? How you doing?
Since 2012, it has been used in fisheries enforcement. The Antillas is one of only a handful of ocean-going patrol boats deployed to police the region's lucrative industrial tuna fishery. The coastal states of Southeast Africa have combined waters or exclusive economic zones spanning almost 5 million square kilometres, an area the size of the entire landmass of the European Union. Limited financial and human resources add up to an enormous challenge for those trying to keep tabs on who is fishing for what and where.
Having patrol vessels or asset is a big problem or constraints for many developing countries. They've claimed huge areas, huge EEZ, but they have no assets to monitor those EEZ.
The Indian Ocean tuna fishery accounts for 1/5 of the global tuna catch, taken by a mostly foreign-flagged industrial fleet. Like all...
It's mostly Asian fleets over there doing that. From like China, different Asian countries.
High-value commodities, tuna here is prey to criminal operators, stealing a resource they are not entitled to. Illegal fishing occurs mainly within coastal waters or EEZs, And the African non-profit organisation Stop Illegal Fishing estimates up to 1 in 4 fish caught off African coasts is taken illegally.
Illegal fishing has brought a lot of disastrous effects in that food security has been threatened, employment, revenue to the governments, and
So if the humans' food is being disrupted, what's happening to the sharks? That's why I'm saying this is a human problem, not a shark problem.
the general marine environmental destruction. If this plague is not stopped immediately, there is going to be disaster.
These guys do not see fish as a food stuff of feeding people. They see it as a trading commodity, like any other commodity, be it gold, be it logs, be it diamonds. And they see it as a way of earning an income. And the more they make out of it, the more greedy they become.
Fisheries experts all agree that one key to beating the tuna thieves is cooperation. Countries sharing information to zero in on suspect vessels and joining forces to act. A pioneer project.
I mean, all these countries have armies and stuff. Nah, never mind. I was gonna say one of these boats, all the fishermen end up in the water a couple times. That might stop happening real quick.
Involving 7 Southeast African coastal states is doing just that. Fish Eye Africa involves dedicated fisheries enforcement officers from Comoros, Kenya, Madagascar, Mauritius, Mozambique, Seychelles, and Tanzania, all swapping data in a way they never have before in a bid to identify and punish criminal fishers. Aided by fisheries tracking specialists.
See, and that's just the thing. That's just in Africa. This is going on in every country above Africa. It's going on in near the Middle East. It's going on in the Atlantic. It's going on in Mexico. This is going on around the globe.
Using satellite technology and data analysis, and using a real-time data sharing tool, a task force of national officials is able to communicate directly about suspect vessels and prepare accordingly if one is headed their way. The project, supported by Stop Illegal Fishing and the Pew Charitable Trusts, as well as other regional partners, relies on a strong network of local relationships and a basic principle of trust. This initiative is groundbreaking in many ways.
Fishing is a very highly commercial activity, and it is the secret of fishing. Fishermen don't want you to know their location, don't want you to share the information with others. I think it sends a strong signal to all the operators out there that there is collaboration that is happening amongst the countries of the region, and the countries are working together to fight against IUU fishing. And now there's no port of convenience that a vessel can go and try and unload its catch, because the network is helping to share this information all around.
Members of the Fish Eye Task Force can
That's
go.
a good start for sure. That's a good start, but something like this needs to go global, not just there in Southern Africa. This needs to be a global network communication where you can crack down on it globally. I mean, that's a good start for Africa, though, for sure.
Go online to request information on a vessel, learn if it is licensed to fish in a neighbour's waters, and whether it has any record of illicit operations or ties to companies known to have engaged in IUU fishing. In the past, such requests would have gone through each country's Foreign Affairs Department, and data on national vessel lists would often be seen as too sensitive to share. But Fish Eye countries have agreed to simplify protocols and pool what they know.
The new elements about Fish Eye is that before we were talking the talk, we were acting individually, but it was like we were all shooting in the dark. We were not seeing, we were not knowing, we were not in the know of the whole picture. Now, the illegal fisher would play one against the other, would move from port to port and be clean at one port and be an illegal fisher at the other. this is not anymore possible, acceptable, and we have acted upon that.
The Fisheye Task Force was quickly put to the test in a major international illegal fishing case, with implications far beyond the Indian Ocean, demanding cooperation not just regionally, but between East and West Africa. Specialist satellite monitoring.
Yeah, because I know, I was saying earlier, I watched a documentary about, it was up here in Northern Africa. It was a village, some villages up here in Northern Africa. Literally, the fish for over a year, they haven't caught a fish up in that area. And they've been, their generations, their families have survived off those fish right there. And they've completely been wiped out up there. It was a village up north here somewhere. But the fish are just completely gone. And the people are like starving there now almost. It's actually sad. Man.
Monitoring identified suspected illegal fishing by a South Korean tuna vessel, the Premier, in the coastal waters of Liberia.
I'm trying to figure out how to word this. So 90% of these illegal fishing boats are always Asian countries. I think my theory on that is because they, for one, all these countries love shark fin soup, which is garbage. Literally, there's no nutrients at all in it. It's nothing. You get no nutrients. You're just drinking a buttload of mercury. So there's that. Then they like to cut off the shark's dorsal fins and side fins and pec fins because they sell for ridiculous amounts. An 16, 17-foot great white's dorsal fin sells for over $100,000. So it's disgusting. So that's why a lot of these illegal fisheries are Asians. They like catching the shark bycatch because then it's extra money because they can cut the fins off. It's so disgusting. They cut their fins off of them alive and throw them back in the ocean and let them drown. It's so disgusting. All for stupid shark fin soup that does nothing. It's a status symbol in China. They all love it because only the elite and royalty could afford it back in the day. So now it's a status symbol. No health benefits at all. Sharks don't have bones. They have cartilage. So you're getting zero health benefits. You're just drinking a buttload of mercury. Man.
Satellite tracks show that the Premier was fishing in the mid-Atlantic through 2011 and 2012, including in the Liberian zone.
Yeah, so they're all the way in the mid-Atlantic. Not surprising. Not surprising.
Liberian waters, where there was a moratorium on fishing at that time. There was no industrial fishing allowed.
Yeah, moratorium means we need to stop because the fish stocks are so low. We're going to fish them out. So they put a moratorium on and say you can't fish this species for 3, 4, 5 years. We have to let this species repopulate.
And the satellite tracks show that the vessel was there in November and December 2011 and in April, May 2012. And this was clearly illegal.
Late in 2012, the Premier left the...
Yeah, but I just wanted you guys to get the point of, yeah, that's why I say it's a human problem for me. It's not a shark problem. I mean, sharks are just doing what they've done for millions of years. They're just having to come in closer now because their food sources are all gone, or their food sources are moving in closer because of overfishing. So I think that's the real problem that's not being addressed by countries. And my guess is because all the top leaders are getting such big kickbacks off these illegal fishing would be my guess. But yeah, I think they got to deal with this here at some point soon, or it's going to have catastrophic consequences. We need the ocean. That's where all of our world's oxygen comes from. We cannot, if we destroy the ocean, we kill this planet. I mean, that's just the bottom line. That's where we get all the oxygen. That's where we get a ton of our food. So Yeah, for me, it's not a shark problem. It's a people problem, a fishing problem, stuff like that. But yeah, it'd been months. It's been probably 6, 7 months since I did a live, so I just wanted to do a quick live. Like I said, there's been so much drama going on and craziness the last week or two in the community. I just wanted to do a different live, something lighthearted, something fun. Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, probably not too lighthearted. People lost their lives, but man. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick live, get back in the swing of things. I'm going to start doing regular lives again now, weekly, so a couple a week. And I'm going to get back to my old content here now, basically starting today. So I just wanted to do a quick live, get back in the swing of things, and yeah, I got to go back to construction in the bathroom, unfortunately. Yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah, I've been doing that for a week now. But it's not going to get itself done. So I got to get back in there and do some more work, guys. God bless. I will catch you on the next one. And I don't even know what it's going to be yet. I have a few planned. I don't want to say too much, but I got a live planned with a buddy that has some things he wanted to say. So I'll probably get that one scheduled soon. And then I'll start scheduling them. You guys will see them. I'll schedule them and you'll see them. But I'm going to get back in the swing of things, and God bless. I'll catch you guys on the next one.